It's the Nerd BS minicast, and this is a short and condensed version of our regular podcast. My name is Kyle. Glad you're listening, and we have the amazing Alan.
Amazing Alan. Yep, that's me.
And the titillizing Tomas.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
So we're doing a shortened cast. We're just talking about one subject today, and we're talking about the most ambitious crossover in cinematic history, none other than the original Space Jam movie. And to kick us off, I want to know, we'll start with you, Tomas. Who's your favorite player that's actually in this movie?
Okay, my favorite player in the movie, I think I laughed the hardest when everything happened to Daffy, just everything. So
Oh, you're going with the tune. You're going with the Looney Tune.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Daffy. Definitely brought joy back to my life when I watched it. So I'm gonna say Daffy.
Dang, this is going to be a lot deeper than I thought of a conversation. All right, Alan, who's your favorite player?
Probably Charles Barkley. Out of all, I don't even know many basketball characters. Is that the appropriate term?
Players?
Players.
NBA tunes? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I enjoyed his character because he was always separate from everybody too, and I loved when he went off and did that basketball game with those teenagers. Was pretty depressing, and he's like the only one that's like turning to religion too. Everybody else, right. Like he's going to church and asking for it. It's insane.
I love when he says, "I'll never go out with Madonna again."
Like, yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, his whole existential journey on his own was pretty good. Like, yeah. I give Charles Barkley some credit. He's got a bit of comedy chops in him.
Yeah.
My favorite player from the movie, I mean, Charles Barkley is hard to top. I'm just gonna say I'm Michael Jordan. Spoiler alert: he wins the game. He's fun to watch. In real life, he was really fun to watch. I guess though, if I'm being real, in the movie, my favorite player was Bill Murray.
Yeah, he was the best. Definitely one of the most fun for even us small. He was. I had a question for you, Kyle. You're the basketball pro. I think your resume involves refereeing and coaching and playing all of 3-1.
All right? At the same time.
At the same time. I remember that. That was a crazy game. I think you were playing against yourself as well, which is pretty nuts.
Yep.
So many fouls.
The technical was just amazing. That was an amazing.
He deserved it.
But the end of the game, when Michael Jordan does that last, dunk or toss in, I guess. Did they give him the appropriate amount of points? I felt like that should have been a 3-pointer, and they only gave him 2 points. It was like before the half court line. I mean, was that regulation?
Well, a really good point. He did jump like the entire length of the court, and they gave him a 2-pointer. I don't remember. Did his hand actually touch the rim? Because if so, then
I don't think so. No, he does like a little toss in, like from the top.
I guess either way, it depends on where you jump from. So it would be a 3, no matter what. But come on, like they were also grabbing, like literally pulling him down, and there was no calls.
Marvin the Martian. While I appreciate them getting a neutral party, he is a terrible referee. He wasn't calling anything.
Yeah,
everything
he was paid for sure.
I think he was totally on the alien side. I really think he was,
because he was a Martian.
Yeah,
he's a Martian and a cartoon character. Yeah, so he's both.
Yeah,
but
still, they did beat the crap out of him at one point.
Oh, that makes sense then.
Probably
totally
terrified.
Makes sense then. Yeah, Pepe Le Pew. Anybody? He was in that, right?
He made one shot. He will not be returning for the sequel. Apparently, he has some things that came to light that he had to be set aside. But Clockwork Orange and the Penguin from Batman Returns, he made it, which is weird.
Yeah,
Game of Thrones characters, they're all in.
It is there.
It.
This is the new movie. we're talking about.
Yeah, this is a new movie. So Pepe Le Pew is not going to be returning, but all these other characters will be joining.
Yeah, all these other stellar moral characters are going to be joining. So
That is, yeah. It's just to build hype. All the
Yeah.
nonsense. It's like, hey, oh, by
Yeah.
the way, there's a new Space Jam movie coming out, and if it pisses you off or not, you know about it now. Free advertising.
yeah,
Anyways, let's go back to the original.
So I'll just dive in real quick. My biggest grievance from this cinematic universe that we're in is it doesn't make any sense. All right, so
Oh my
let me just
gosh.
we're
I
breaking
didn't-
it down.
okay.
All right, so at the beginning of the movie, we get a spaceship that everybody sees, nobody cares. It goes by, and
I
everybody's
do
like,
like
"Back
that.
to the game." It was really weird. And also, we find out that the Looney Tunes. Not only are they live all the time, but it includes reruns. So they're just like rerunning the stuff while we're watching them. They're just doing because Porky comes out in the middle of that thing and like shuts it down. But obviously that was a rerun.
So it's not a rerun. They're just repeating.
But they're just repeating. Yeah, it's like a
skit.
performance. Yeah. So also, the WB owns the center of the Earth because it has a logo on it.
yeah,
It's the WB logo.
Yeah, that was a good joke actually. At the time, they were pretty big. At the time, they were big.
They also own the Looney Tunes as well. So they're already slaves. They mentioned they don't get any money for their likeness. So
yep.
they're already slaves, and they watch us because they know who
That's-
Michael Jordan is.
That's the weirdest part.
It's just
That's
really
the weirdest
it
part.
doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, that why are they worried about becoming slaves when they're already slaves?
Well, I mean, if once you have one master and you're comfortable in that, do you really want to go? Let's gamble on a new guy. Like, yeah, I don't know. But those are good points, Alan. But something else that I really thought was hilarious was that they take Michael Jordan to play with them, but they don't take anybody else.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. I never understood that one. Right? Like you couldn't pick up a couple other players.
Why not make the dream team? I mean, geez, pick up Rodman, pick up Pippen, at least the three bigs.
Right? Yeah, from the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I think Alan mentioned this before we started recording that the only reason that they got those guys that are in the movie at all was because they all had the same agent.
Yeah.
So that agent must have ran out of. He only had 6 players. He's only representing those 6.
Well, not only was he was representing those 6, but I mean, did they want to pay more players? I mean, really?
It's true. I mean,
and then have them up front acting the whole movie. Like
Oh,
no
man.
slight to Michael Jordan, but he
He's not good at acting.
yeah.
That was
well, yeah,
yeah.
he put his time and energy into basketball, and that shows. So
Mhm.
Of
Yeah.
course. I like how when they pull him in, he has like he doesn't even care. Like he's just like dumb faced. He's just like talking to them like nothing happened. He just get pulled down a wormhole, and when we do it,
yes, I do. Him and Larry Bird
yeah,
are like, oh, okay. They just go about
Oh.
their day.
yeah, they just leave. Yeah, they're like, all right, well, this isn't our business anymore.
Larry Bird's
Well,
just like.
I remember they said, "We'll call us a 2. We'll call us a 2 because we both had such a traumatic experience before they drive away."
Like, wait, shouldn't you do something? No, they just wanted to put those guys in the movie. I mean, yeah, why did
Well-
they get Larry Bird to play? I guess he was pretty old at the time, but
Yeah, but I love Bill Murray's line later too, and because what's really funny is one of the producers in this movie is actually Ivan Reitman, who was the director of Ghostbusters, which makes sense for Bill Murray's little spiel at the end, where I know the producer and they just brought me over.
yeah,
That's
that is
probably
good.
why he was in the movie.
That was
like,
such
oh,
a
okay.
good line. Oh my gosh, that's one of the best Bill Murray cameos ever, and he has several.
Yeah,
Apparently, he just does it in real life too.
oh, just shows up places.
I hear he just shows up places, and people are like, "Oh, welcome."
Another thing I really liked was all the freaking product placement. So this is basically a commercial, if you
Right.
couldn't figure it out. It's based off of a a Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan commercial for Nike that came out before it, I guess, to test the waters. It became really popular, and they just decided to do a movie, which was obviously a
Huh.
brilliant idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do remember that now.
Yeah,
For
and
shoes.
I think yeah, for shoes, which I think is hilarious because you get to Stan Podolak, Wayne Knight's character, and I just love that line that just kind of lays out all the product placement where he says, "Come on, Michael, it's game time. Get your Hanes on, lace up your Nikes, grab your Wheaties and your Gatorade, and we'll pick up a Big Mac on the way to the ballpark." I was like, "Oh my!"
That,
just
yeah. Well said, sir.
yeah, I was just
Well
like,
said.
"Holy!" It just
Man, they
made me
did
laugh.
have a fantastic cast, though, right? Like Wayne Knight's in
Oh
that. Bill
yeah,
Murray's in that.
you even have Danny DeVito as the alien boss,
Oh,
which is
that's right.
hilarious. Yeah, so he's just there, uh, and then his wife as well, Theresa Randall. She was the wife in Spawn as
Oh,
well.
really?
Yeah, I knew I recognized her. But I'll leave it on this though. I'll leave another one which I thought was crazy. Did you guys notice the dog Charles? Which is actually I don't know if that one's MJ's dog, but I know his real dog at that time was named Charles Barkley, which I think that's supposed to be a reference to.
Oh,
Uh,
I did not catch. That's a good one.
because yeah, because apparently Charles Barkley and him kind of made jabs at each other in a friendly manner,
Oh yeah.
and that was one of them. That just kind of carried over to the movie, which I thought was hilarious. And the dog also has like superpowers. You notice how it just like grew in size when Daffy and Bugs were in the house, and also
Yes.
knocked down
Yeah.
the door.
Dude, that always confused me. That he just
Yeah,
like
he's
fluctuated.
just
Like,
huge.
I get
Yeah.
it, it's a cartoon movie crossover, but at the same time, can there be a little consistency with the real life people?
Yeah, in that scene, he switches sizes multiple times too. It's actually
Multiple times.
pretty
It's just
nuts.
confusing even as a kid, like myself as a kid, like what is happening? Why
Yeah,
is this the same dog? Does he have multiple dogs? Um, you know what? I'm going through the cast after you mentioned Teresa Randall, and
yeah.
I just remembered that Vladi Divac has a cameo in this movie with along with a couple other Lakers, and it's the part when they refuse to go into the gym.
Yeah, when they put the gas masks on, yeah.
They put the gas mask on. I was like, that almost is a little too close to reality now. Where
Oh
it
yeah, I
was like
know.
when they
I
did the bubble and everything.
for how long we've been in this pandemic too, watching freaking Wayne Knight's character getting all up in MJ's face constantly was actually
Did
making
that
me a
make
little
you?
nervous. It's like he gets really close to him all the time. He's always getting right up into his face. I was like, holy crap,
Yeah, he does.
back up,
It's
buddy.
wonderful, making you a little uncomfortable, huh?
Yeah, a little
That's
uncomfortable.
funny.
Well, I mean, you guys are talking about like how the crew was cast studded, like all the actors and stuff. You gotta remember that the soundtrack was also
Oh,
just
out of
massive.
this world.
Yeah, like I remember I bought that soundtrack right after I saw the movie. I like was driven, probably not right after, but I wanted.
Yeah, that
Oh
that
yeah.
Saint R. Kelly, the Fly Like an Eagle, right?
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. The Saint.
but it starts with Seal, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not denying it. I just think it's funny.
You can't let one fly taint the ointment. All right, Alan.
I mean, if there's a fly in my
Even
ointment, I
though
ain't using that ointment. I'll tell you that much right now.
that is true. I mean, that is the proverb. But yeah, the rest. I mean, even the R. Kelly song. Take away
Oh, it's a
the
good song. Yeah.
Mhm.
character, but all of it, it's stuck in our heads to this day.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah.
nailed it. They definitely nailed it. One thing though, I have always wanted to know, which I'm assuming is implied, is when Michael Jordan's a kid and he's shooting the shots, when
Oh,
he's
yeah.
in the backyard, and
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
he goes to dunk it as a kid, and you're like, no way, and then they cut away,
Uh-huh.
20 years later, and he's a superstar. You're like, well, did he do it? Did he?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
I get it doesn't really matter, but I wanted to know: did that kid dunk it, or did he just fall on his face? Because there's
yeah,
no
I
way.
agree. Yeah, I was just watching it today, and yeah, the same thing. I was like, why did it cut off? I thought we'd actually finished that. I forgot we cut off so abruptly.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, we didn't get to see
terribly
it.
abrupt.
Which
Uh,
is sad.
Going back to the soundtrack real quick, they still play some of those songs at
Mhm.
basketball games. Just
Oh,
so
I
you know.
Oh
would
yeah,
guarantee, yeah.
especially the jam was
Yeah.
Space Jam. Like,
It is
Oh my
synonymous with
goodness.
basketball now. Yeah.
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 That's funny.
It's killer soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was actually really surprised to enjoy it as much as I did. I watched it, like I said, I watched it today, and I was going in because I watched it a while ago, and I remember not enjoying it that much for some reason. Maybe a couple years ago, because I watched it when I was
Mhm.
young, and I loved it.
We were
And
in love
then,
with it as kids. We got
yeah,
all the toys, all
Mhm.
the everything.
it wasn't just the movie; it was like the whole experience of being in that time. Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
Space Jam was everywhere. There was, I
Everywhere.
remember
Yeah.
having stuffed animals. I remember, McDonald's was always doing the Happy Meal
Mhm.
toys for it for a long time.
Yep. Yeah, and you guys always made me be the tall, lanky blue Monstar because I'm a tall white guy and I had no say in it. I didn't get to choose. I was never any other Monstar whenever we played. I had to be that guy. People, you know what's funny though? Is people still call me that, like to this day. That the real
Really?
player's name, Sean Bradley. Oh yeah,
Sean Bradley, yeah.
oh yeah. They still call me
He's
that.
just
I
he's just
mean,
really long and really tall.
he's literally a foot taller than me, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
We're tall white guys. I get it. But anyways, I'm not no grudges here. Just a little bit, I guess. A little bit of a grudge that I had to be that guy every time. But yeah, like the toys was huge. You know what was is
Mhm.
sad when I was a
Mhm.
kid though, is we went to go see it in the theaters with my family
Mhm.
and the timing was off, right? Like it was one of those days we just went to the theater back in the day where you just went and you're like, I hope
Yeah.
we'll catch a movie. And it was way off, right? We either had to wait an hour or we could see Beverly Hills Ninja, which isn't too bad of a compromise. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Ninja
I
was
would argue
good.
a better movie overall, but
Probably, yeah, maybe.
I
Maybe
don't know. I haven't seen Beverly Hills Ninja in a while, so maybe.
Chris Farley at his finest, all right?
and Liu Kang, right? From Mortal Kombat, the original.
Yeah, I think he was in it. Yeah, that's right.
I was just man, that was the height of it of that time. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember. I remember when it came out. Alan, you even have some of those, right? Those like coins that came with it.
Yeah, I have
Oh.
one coin. I got a bunch of VHSs from my mom that I actually ended up throwing away, but I kept the coin that was in Space
That'll
Jam.
be another podcast.
Yeah.
Like I didn't. I mean, I knew the coins existed, and I probably had one at some point, but I don't even
You
know.
can buy one for like $5 on eBay if you want. I mean, I looked it up to see if it's worth anything, and it's not really worth
Oh,
anything.
okay. No, but yeah, I mean, the soundtrack was huge. The movie was huge. I must have seen that as a kid multiple times, at least 3 or 4. And then I watched it again back in the day with my fiance, and then I watched it again yesterday for this.
Nice.
And I thought I remember going into it with my fiance and enjoying it thoroughly. And I went into it this time thinking like, well, I've seen it recently, so I probably won't get, I probably won't laugh as hard. I'm used to the jokes, but man, it still got me good. I still enjoyed it, especially Daffy. Man, I don't know what it is about Daffy. If it's just that he's so hittable, and then when he gets hit, it's like satisfying.
You love your Daffy, apparently.
Dude, I like Daffy is just too. He's too easy. He's too easy.
It was kind of funny because I was thinking about that when I was watching Daffy because he was a little too. He's kind of a little spastic. And I don't remember him being like that, but I don't remember actually watching a lot of Daffy Duck besides little bits here and there. And every time I think about Daffy Duck, I always think about like Duck Dodgers. So I'm used to that, and Marvin the Martian. Those are my favorites. But I think like the Disney ducks usually are more interesting. Personally, maybe it's just me.
I always
like
no,
Donald
Daffy,
Duck, and then like a
no.
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah,
no. Daffy is the superior duck.
Thank you, Kyle, because I have to give it. I have to
I
give
don't
it to
know, man.
Daffy, man.
Darkwing Duck's pretty amazing. I just
He
I don't know why.
is, but Daffy is still the superior duck in that. And here's why. He was the one that was that started the bill spinning around his head. That one solidifies it for me. When he gets shot or smacked or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
and it just spins around his whole skull. It's like, okay, you got me. I love you.
Yeah, it's pretty, I mean, yeah, he's still a great character. But I guess we can't talk about Space Jam without talking about a Lola Bunny. So
Oh boy,
Yeah,
how hot is she, right, guys?
easy, buddy.
we definitely do have to. We definitely do have to bring her up though, because like for me, I remember having some conflicted feelings about Lola. Like I remember I was at that age where I was like, wait a second, am I supposed to find this? No,
It was
no,
it was weird,
no.
like the way they made her, that portrayed her and everything. Is like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, no.
It's really bizarre too. They really highlight like her attractiveness too at the beginning when you
Yeah,
first see her. Like they're really pushing for that as well.
Was this her first appearance?
No, she's been in things before
Oh,
this,
okay.
but this was like her first mainstream appearance, like big appearance, like a movie.
Yeah, this is where
Like
I learned
before that,
about her.
yeah.
before that she was like in some cartoons here and there, not nowhere near as big as Bugs, but she had been around for a little bit. Uh,
All right.
but as like a female Bugs Bunny is all really she was, and
Okay,
I think
you
she
guys,
still is.
you guys want to know the biggest, like, totally changing gears here, the biggest plot hole of the whole
Oh, the
movie.
biggest.
The biggest. So, okay, you mentioned it earlier when they go get to shoes, when Daffy and Bugs go get his
Yeah,
shoes, right?
like what? Like yeah. Why did Mike? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So they get his shoes, which are the number 9 model, which was the model that came out when he played baseball in real life, right?
Okay.
I don't think he ever wore those on the court.
Oh, all right.
But then when he comes to game time, he comes out with the 11s, which just are the most popular
Only
shoes of
Kyle
all
would know this.
time, and they're literally called the Space Jams to this day. That colorway, and they sell for hundreds of dollars, and they keep remaking them. And it's like, wait, okay, I get why you did that, because that shoe sold about 8 billion pairs, but why 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 did they
I mean,
confuse me like that? Like, that wasn't the shoe that they got.
I mean, Kyle. So that's what got you, right? It
That was
wasn't the
it.
blatant drug. It wasn't the blatant drug use with the steroids with Michael's secret stuff. Like
And
it
that was
wasn't.
false. Those credits are false.
That was a placebo. It was a
Yeah,
placebo, buddy. Jeez.
But he still. But it was still an encouragement.
they did kind of emphasize, like, hey, take these enhancements, you'll do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't care about all that.
Yeah. Why didn't Michael go get his own stuff? Like I didn't understand why he sent them. Like
Yeah.
it seemed like a weird, just a wacky adventure for them to have for no reason. Was he trapped there for some reason?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. He didn't know how to get in or out.
Could they just take him out?
I mean, I'm just could he go with them?
Yeah, could he go with them and just like walk in the house like, hey guys?
They they in their desperation, as like you mentioned, they were slaves, the Looney Tunes. In their
Yeah.
desperation, forced him to stay there against his own will. That's what they didn't show in the movie. So
Yeah.
they're like, he's like,
Oh.
well, if I'm gonna do this, then you guys got to get my equipment. And they're like, all right, but you got to stay here. And because he didn't know how to leave, right? He's just so they had to show him. So it's like, all right, just go get my shoes. So that's why he couldn't go with them, because there are, Yosemite Sam had a gun just waiting at any moment to go off.
Oh my god. They- that Pulp Fiction reference as well.
That was a good one.
Foghorn Leghorn dies twice. Like he gets blown up, and
That's
he
great.
does that crispy or original line, and then later on he's just like
That's
on the.
solid
That
lines.
made me laugh. That made me laugh. Yeah, I'm saying like I was surprised how much I enjoyed this movie. Like I was really thinking it was just gonna ramble on, but
Yeah.
it's short enough that you could just go through it and just enjoy it for what it is and leave.
Yeah, it's really easy to just go with the blows and just go with the shenanigans because you're not. I mean, I don't know. When I was a kid, I wasn't going to watch this for the actor. I was going to watch this because I was going to watch Michael Jordan and cartoons. Like that's what I wanted to see,
Yep.
and that's what you still get to this day. So
Yeah, I just cared about the cartoons personally. But that's just me.
You guys want to know a fun fact?
What's up?
The original 1996 website is still up and running and fully functioning for
Yeah, I've
Space
heard.
Jam the movie. I'm on it right now.
Yeah, I've heard you can get screensavers on there for people who
Yeah,
actually use screensavers.
It looks like,
anymore.
I mean, it looks like a 1996 website. It looks like, a middle schooler's art project on PowerPoint,
Of course,
but a little bit more polished. And everything's so tiny. Like I don't remember websites being so.
Well, I think maybe your screens. It's because your resolution is so much bigger.
Yeah. That's a good point. But it's just hilarious to me. It's like I love that it's still running. Someone's still supporting this and paying for it. and here I am clicking every single button.
Well, there's a reason why it's still up.
Yep.
So, well, I guess what I guess, are we gonna rate this? Is that what we're gonna do? I mean, what's the plan here?
All right. Yeah, we can.
We gotta rate it now after everything we said.
Yeah, of course.
All right, sure.
So we've kind of tried to come up with a new rating system where we're just gonna what was it? It was bad, okay, good/great, or
No.
I
No
thought we were just
slashes.
throwing crap out there.
good, great. I mean, I just leave them the same.
No. Oh, Tomas, you are very mistaken. There's order and there's organization in this podcast, despite what you hear.
I still like the shout what you want. I still like that idea.
As it's within the 4 guidelines we just gave you.
All right, so give them to me again.
With no slashes.
With no slashes.
So it's okay. Bad. What was the second one? Okay. I wanted 3, but Alan gave me 4. So it's bad, okay, great.
Yeah, I add an extra one.
And what was the top one?
Amazing is the top one.
Amazing.
Like it can't get any better. Can't get any better.
Yeah.
All
like
right,
a 10. That would be a 10.
Yeah, that's like
basically.
yeah.
So we're doing a new rating. We're doing it on the minicast. Here it is.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you start, Alan, since this is your creation.
Yeah.
I think in total, I would probably give this one a good. I think a good, because I think before I watched it today, I probably would have given it an okay, but I'm thinking about a good now just because I really enjoyed it.
Huh.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it today. I was surprised how much I enjoyed this movie. So yeah, definitely a good.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'll go next. I think the Bill Murray cameo plus all the fun NBA players that I know in there makes it a good. It's definitely better than okay. Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a number 11.
Oh my god!
Sneaker.
Now you're fired.
Oh no!
All right. Well, I'm looking for a third.
You're hurting my soul.
All right, I swear, that was my last one. I would also say it was definitely good. I really want it to be amazing, but there are still things in it that are just too wacky, and there's really no story. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, here's to Space Jam 2 being amazing.
Yeah, I wanted to end on. You guys gonna watch Space Jam 2?
Yeah, you know I am. No, I am. What? You'll get to see it eventually.
I'll see it, eventually, but I'm not going to theaters for it.
Well, it's in HBO Max. It'll be there for.
We do this every cast.
We do this every cast.
30
we
days,
do.
30 daes.
1/3 of us doesn't have access to HBO Max.
Yeah, it sounds like 1/3 of us needs to make some life decisions. All right, we do.
All right. Well, that was our mini cast. Thanks for checking in, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. Later.